Once upon a time, in a bustling town filled with colorful houses and friendly faces, lived a quirky inventor named Mr. X. Mr. X had a wild imagination and a knack for creating the most extraordinary gadgets. One sunny morning, Mr. X woke up with a brilliant idea. He decided to build a magical movie projector that could bring stories to life. With a twinkle in his eye, he set off to his workshop, where gears, springs, and tools of all kinds were scattered around. Days turned into nights as Mr. X worked tirelessly on his invention. Finally, after much tinkering and adjusting, the magical projector was ready. Mr. X invited all the townsfolk to the grand unveiling at the town square. As the sun set, the townsfolk gathered, buzzing with excitement. Mr. X placed a film reel into the projector and flipped the switch. To everyone's amazement, characters from the film began to leap out of the screen and into the real world. The town was soon filled with talking animals, dancing robots, and even a friendly dragon. The children laughed and played with their new friends, while the adults marveled at the incredible sight. It was a night of pure magic. But as the night went on, Mr. X noticed something strange. The characters from the movie were starting to cause a bit of chaos. The dragon accidentally set a tree on fire, and the robots were dismantling the town's clock tower. Realizing he needed to act fast, Mr. X quickly devised a plan. He gathered the townsfolk and explained that they needed to work together to guide the characters back into the movie before things got out of hand. With teamwork and a lot of creativity, the townsfolk managed to round up the characters. The dragon was lured back with a trail of marshmallows, and the robots were coaxed into a dance-off that led them back to the screen. As the last character jumped back into the movie, the town let out a collective sigh of relief. Mr. X turned off the projector, and the town square returned to its peaceful state. The townsfolk cheered and thanked Mr. X for the unforgettable adventure. Mr. X smiled and promised that next time he would make sure his inventions were a bit more under control. The children begged for another magical movie night, and Mr. X assured them that there would be many more adventures to come. From that day on, Mr. X became the town's beloved inventor, always coming up with new and exciting creations. And while not every invention went as planned, each one brought a little more wonder and joy to the town. The townsfolk learned to embrace the unexpected and found that sometimes the best adventures come from a little bit of chaos. And so, the town of colorful houses and friendly faces continued to thrive, with Mr. X at the heart of it all. One day, Mr. X received a mysterious package. Inside was a glowing crystal and a note that read, "For your next adventure." Intrigued, Mr. X began to study the crystal, wondering what new wonders it might hold. As he examined the crystal, it began to glow brighter and brighter until, with a flash, it transported Mr. X to a fantastical world filled with floating islands and magical creatures. Mr. X knew that this was just the beginning of another incredible journey. With a heart full of excitement and curiosity, Mr. X set off to explore this new world, ready to face whatever challenges and wonders lay ahead. And so, the story of Mr. X and his magical adventures continued, always full of surprises and endless possibilities.